Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are back in Warframe. Yeah, this is not Warframe. Hello everyone and welcome to Duet Night Abyss, a new free-to-play looter shooter, completely PvE, that allows you to get everything for free. That's right, there is no gacha at all, and you can get all characters and weapons for free just by grinding the game. And today I'll show you which characters you can get very easily at the start of the game, so you can choose which one is gonna be your favorite and which one you're gonna level up first, because that might take a little bit of a grind. So when you start the game, you gain access to your first character, which is gonna be yourself. This can be either the female or the male version, depending on which one you choose at the start of the game, but their attacks, skills and everything are pretty much the same, other than their appearance. They are a Lumino DPS, which means they will be dealing Lumino damage with all their attacks, and this includes your melee and ranged weapons attacks, because those share the damage type of the character you're using. So in this case, we are using a Lumino character, which means our melee and ranged weapons will both be dealing Lumino damage. Each character has access to 2 active and 1 passive skill, and this will be different per character, so each character will have its own unique attacks or skills or different focus on, for example, dealing damage or healing, buffing, debuffing enemies. Pretty much a bunch of different things that you can then use to deal with enemies. Moving on, we have the entrance system, and this will pretty much be what constellations are in Genshin Impact, or for example Wuthering Waves, or any other gacha game you've ever seen. This entrance will grant your character even more power, and the way you unlock entrance is by grinding character fragments, which you can get by just playing the game. But for your main character, you'll just get them by progressing through the story, so it's a lot easier to level up your entrance system. And last but not least, we have our cosmetics, and these are divided into the ones you have to buy with real money, which will use this currency right here called Foxin Plumo, some that you can get with the more free-to-play option of just using Foxin, which you can get either from Battle Pass or from whenever the game has like some fixes. They usually give you some Foxin for free, so you can get that from there and buy some of these like little cool gadgets, and some others you instead have to buy with these cubes, which are called Lucent Prism, which you get from the mirrored system. The mirrored system is going to be the only gacha mechanic in the game, so it's only going to be for cosmetics. No parts of the gameplay are actually tied to this system, so it's just your way to like support the game by buying some cosmetics or just by doing some pulls. And this is gonna be expensive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like if you do want some of the skins, it might require you to spend some very high amounts of money, so I don't recommend doing it unless you really want to support the game or you like have an incredible amount of money to just spend on cosmetics, because yes, this is very pretty, but also very expensive. You do get some of these pulls for free right now by just logging into the game because of the launch event, and you'll get some more like from the Battle Pass. You get some from the shop for some of those Lucent Prisms. You can get, I think it was, yeah, you can get 5 of the prismatic hourglasses and 5 of the pristine hourglasses, which are just the 2 different types of pulls. This is for the standard banner and this is for the event banner. And that's gonna be pretty much how you get some of the more expensive skins. You also have access to these temporary pulls in the event banner, which you get, I think it's like 5 and then at the end 10 whenever you do enough pulls, which is just a way to like reduce the amount of pulls you actually have to do to get the skin. But other than that, it's the only gacha mechanic in the game. It's only for cosmetics, and once again you get plenty of cosmetics just from the free-to-play shops, and most of the things I have on me right now, like those little wings, you just get for Lucent Prisms, and they make you look quite fancy. Additionally, some of the skins or gadgets or stuff like that will have this little icon over here, and that means you can actually customize the color of almost each part of the skin, and makes it so you can actually customize your characters even more, which I do appreciate quite a lot. And so let's just see which characters you can get for free. Alright, so just by progressing through the story, you will get access to Margie, which is gonna be, I'm pretty sure the first character you get after your main character, and she's an alright pyro DPS. Although her gameplay is a bit gimmicky and you do need a lot of skill range to make her worth using, so I will probably stick with the main character because it's still the best thing you can use. Then by progressing a little bit more through the main story, you'll get access to Berenica, which is going to be an Umbro DPS, and that is another damage type, and she is quite a unique character. She is very similar to Excalibur if you have ever played Warframe, which if you're watching this on this channel, you probably have been playing Warframe, so yeah, this is just your Excalibur-ish character that has access to her special blade, and she's okay, she's pretty good, and I do think she can become quite a powerful unit in the future if you do invest in her from the start. Moving on, you also get Rebecca for free just by logging into the game, and she's an amazing unit. She is able to pretty much stall an entire area thanks to her summons, these little jellyfishes, and yeah, they deal just a tremendous amount of damage. They have a massive AoE of 11 meters each, which is insane, and then she has access to this massive burst that deals hydro damage to everything around her and can clear the whole tile set. It's a very good unit, especially in defenses, and I do recommend building her because, yeah, she's pretty good. Then you can also obtain Truffle and Filbert, which are just adorable. Like, she's adorable, and her little pet, which is like a gigantic pig, is also very adorable. And they are some kind of a hybrid unit that deals both damage, but can also heal allies, which is pretty nice. And she's not probably the best unit in the game, but she's fun to play, so I do recommend using her if you want to have a little bit of fun. Then we have the Outsider that you also get by just progressing to the quest, and he is an Anemo DPS, and he's a pretty good unit. I do like his gameplay, and he is some kind of berserker, let's say, because he does consume his HP to deal more damage, but I have not really been investing time into him, although I've heard he is pretty good. Now, right after Outsider, you should be having access to Daphne from just progressing to the main quest. She's actually gonna be your first dedicated healer, and she does also debuff enemies and applies a lot of DOT animal damage to them. She's overall a pretty good unit, and you can use her as your summon instead of your main character to debuff enemies and help you deal with some higher level units if you are not dealing enough damage. And now let's move on to the characters you have to actually play the game again, which are going to be this girl called Lisbell, which is my favorite unit so far because she wields this gigantic sword that is just so goddamn fun to play with. And the other one you can get for free is going to be Psyche by completing the Immersive Theater. There is still plenty of time to complete it, and I have not even done that much of it, and I could already buy most of the things in the shop, and I already have bought most of the things. And yeah, she's gonna be a very powerful DPS, and she is similar to Titania for those who have played Warframe. She's very similar to Titania, and yeah, she is also very pretty and deals a lot of damage. But now back to my favorite unit so far, which is Lisbell. She is another Lumino DPS, but the cool thing about her is, I think like Berenica, she has access to an additional slot right here, which is her Consonance weapon, this being Samael. And this sword is incredibly strong and has a range that is just ridiculous, and I love it for clearing large hordes of enemies in one shot because it deals I've seen 100k already, and this character is barely level 50, and I did max her skills and everything I could, but she is still not built yet. She has no entrance unlocked, and she is level 50, not even max level yet, and she is just so much fun to play with. Now right here in your house you have access to the Sun Realm Meditation, which is a place where you can test your build, summon whatever enemies you have unlocked, and have some fun, which is exactly what we need right here to showcase this character. I'm gonna summon these guys because why not? They look tanky. I'm gonna summon them level 60 as well. If you go too far, it goes up to level 180, but if your enemies are 10, 15, like 20 levels more than your character, you will feel the difference, and it's definitely gonna hurt your DPS. So I do recommend going against enemies that are the same level or just a few more levels higher than you, because otherwise, once again, you're dealing no damage. But let's see what this character can do. And the way you can deal with them with these characters is either by just using your weapons, which, I mean, it is an option. They do exist and they do deal damage. However, this is not gonna be our focus, because instead you can either use her skill, which deals a solid amount of damage, and it's easy to spam. It does not cost a lot of sanity or energy, and it is a nice way to move around or like swap targets if you need to. However, we have access to that massive sword, which is gonna be Samuel, and this sword starts with like some nice damage, nice range. This is pretty cool. However, at the bottom of the screen you can see she has access to now 1 stack of this resource that she gains by attacking enemies and increasing her combo that is called Impatience. And the more impatient she has, the longer the sword gets. You can see that it's already a bit longer. It's gonna get longer and longer and longer. And it's gonna also be dealing more damage because our combo is higher now. And at S rank, which is the maximum, our range is just ridiculous. This is anime levels of range. And she has access to an interesting charge attack that allows her to do this. And this thing is tremendous, and it also can be charged from 0 combo count at all, and she will consume sanity to increase the combo count, but you just hold down the attack button. This sword gets bigger and longer, and then deals a massive, tremendous amount of damage that can even actually kill these very high level enemies compared to us. And like, this character is so much fun. I just love very like oversized, incredibly long great sword. So if you'd also enjoy that, that's gonna be the character for you. And yeah, I just think she is very cool. I've been having a lot of fun in this game, and most of that is thanks to this character. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much all for this video. Just a little quick introduction to the game for newer players, or if you like have missed some tutorials, I guess, for more experienced players. But yeah, if you have anything else you want to add to this intro, leave it in the comments for anyone else to see. That is very much appreciated. And yeah, this is Duet Night Abyss. If you like this video, remember to leave a like, and if you want to see more DNA content, consider subscribing. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Thanks for watching, and... oh, she's doing push-ups. Bye-bye.